We have had another armed robbery at a third establishment in almost as many weeks on Magazine Street last night at Monkey Hill. And I will tell you this, that this is not an acceptable situation in the city of New Orleans, and we are going together to bring all the resources to bear to make sure that the people feel safe all over the city of New Orleans in every neighborhood.
Typically, it is difficult for us on the federal side to become involved in an individual robbery. But as the mayor has stated, we have seen the similarities in these particular incidents. The mayor has requested, and I have agreed, that those similarities are sufficient enough to warrant additional federal resources, particularly at the investigative level. All of our federal agencies will now be involved in investigating and ultimately locating these individuals responsible for these incidents. If we are then able to prove that these are a similarly situated pattern of robberies by the same individuals, you have my commitment, Mayor, that this will become a federal prosecution. That means a Hobbs Act robbery charge of 20 years. It means a 924C use of a firearm in connection with a crime of violence, which includes 5-year mandatory minimum for simply carrying a firearm, 7 years if it was displayed as part of this offense, and then 25 years mandatory life for a subsequent offense. That is if we are then able to show that this is in fact a pattern by the same individuals. These individuals have made their choice to terrorize our city. We now get to make ours. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Crime Stoppers had initially, when the first robbery took place at Patois, increased our reward to $5,000 in that particular case. And we then offered a $5,000 reward again at Atchafalaya, and then of course last night. And then we also were joined by a very good businessman and good citizen, Mr. Jim McPhail, who this morning pledged an additional $10,000 in this particular case. So what's on the table right now, if all of these cases are connected, is a $25,000 cash reward. That is significant. And as a person who was a victim of an armed robbery, I understand the fear that you've caused in our citizens' lives, but I also know that we're getting information from the public, and I thank you. Law enforcement has stepped up and done an incredible job to make sure that everything is being investigated. But I urge you, here's an opportunity to continue to call in with that new price tag of $25,000. Again, you need to call Crime Stoppers so you can remain anonymous, but it's there for the taking, $25,000. And I thank Mr. McPhail and everyone else for participating.
Thank you, Doc.
Louisiana Restaurant Association has added $5,000 to the reward. $30,000 is now on the table. Thank you.